What is up, everybody? It's your boy Bobby from Bobby's Breakdowns, and today we are going to be doing a special video. It's Mother's Day this weekend. So with that being said, we're going to give a shout out and rank some of the iconic mothers in television and movies. I'm only doing 5 each. I picked the 5, so you guys might have 5 different ones. But I'm going to be ranking the 5 that I picked from each genre. And yes, of course, I wanted to give a shout out to the mothers because it's Mother's Day this weekend. Let's dive right in. We're going to start off by ranking the movie moms. This list was kind of hard to make because either a lot of the movies I didn't see or they weren't throwing out good moms. I don't know. Coming in at number 5, she's iconic. Kate McAllister from Home Alone. Did she leave her kid home alone once or twice? Yeah. But she was the backbone of the family, and once she realized that Kevin was home alone, she went through a lot to get back to him on time for Christmas, and she did it successfully both times. And there's a real life story here. Macaulay Culkin still calls her mom. So I play that into a fact. She gets the number 5 spot. Not a bad mother overall, just forgot her kid once or twice. Coming in at number 4 from Mr. Mom is Caroline. This movie stars Michael Keaton. This kind of changed a lot of things because back then, moms usually stayed home and the dads went to work, but they switched the roles here. And Caroline was the breadwinner and Michael Keaton had to stay home. Great movie. But Caroline gets the number 4 spot because she actually went to work. She became the breadwinner. And back then, it was so, not unheard of, but it was almost non-existent. And when they pitched the actress the movie, they didn't really tell her about the twist. They were like, oh, it's a mother that takes care of her kids and the father. She was like, oh, okay. But then they gave her the twist and she's like, oh, that's pretty awesome. I'm in. But yes, she kept the family together, kept the roof over their head, and of course she deserves a spotlight. So that's why Caroline from Mr. Mom coming in at number 4. Coming in at number 3 is Wendy Torrance from The Shining. That poor woman, what she went through at the end. And it wasn't even her fault. Her husband just went insane. She was all for moving them to the hotel for the 6 months. She tried to keep them sane, tried to keep them tight-knit. But eventually, Jack Nicholson had other plans. The kids saw twins. And yeah, Jack Nicholson went insane. But she was a good mother. She protected the kids. She kept that family together for as long as she could until Jack just went crazy. Yes, Wendy Torrance coming in at number 3. Coming in at number 2, Lorraine McFly. Again, you want to talk about iconic mothers? Hands down, one of the best movies of all time. She was a great mom to Marty. You know, they went through different timelines, but for the most part, she was a great mom to Marty. She took care of George, even when George was getting bullied in high school, and she wasn't even a mother yet. She took care of Biff, the big bully, and she deserves her praise for that. Like I said, she was a great mom to Marty. Like I said, they went through different timelines, but for the most part, reality, she was great. And that's why she's coming in at number 2 on this list. But there is one more iconic movie mom that, to me, unanimously takes number 1. Coming in at number 1, this name popped up on all the lists, and she deserves her praise. Sandra Bullock, aka Leanne Toohey from The Blind Side. I know the stories have come out recently over the years. That's not what this is about. This is praising movie and TV mothers. Sandra Bullock nailed that role as Leanne Toohey. She took Michael in under her roof, didn't really know him. She went to his side of the neighborhood and pretty much said, stay away from my son. Had no problem doing that. Protected him, went to all his games. She was even a little overbearing by calling the coach mid-game. But yes, Leanne Toohey, movie-wise at least, is one of the most iconic moms. She went to bat for Michael, took care of him, took him in, and was pretty much the reason he became a first-round pick in the NFL. Now on to TV moms. Number 5 wasn't going to make my list, but I feel like because of how popular this show is, she deserves a spot. I'll be upfront. Like everyone, mostly. Not a big fan of the character. But as a mother, she is good. So, Skylar from Breaking Bad. Was she pretty awful to Walter? Yes. But to her 2 kids, she made sure they were always protected. And it showed at the end when Walter went crazy and Walter Jr. protected her instead of him. So yes, Skylar gets a spot on this list. She protected her kids, made sure they were never involved, and she would take the rap before any of them. And that's why she gets a spot on this list. Coming in at number 4 for TV moms is Carol Brady. And if you hear a dog going crazy, that's my dog Cassie. Carol Brady, again, you want to talk iconic mothers in television? Carol Brady is up there. Everybody knows the Bradys. Taking care of 3 boys and 3 girls, that was a madhouse. But again, she was the glue that kept it all together. Again, iconic TV mother. She kept everybody out of trouble as much as she could. Real life doesn't really play into this. But yes, Carol Brady, iconic woman, iconic mother in television, coming in at number 4. Coming in at number 3 is a mother from one of my favorite TV shows ever, and that is Kitty Foreman from That 70s Show. Kitty, very nice woman, very open to Eric's friends. She was always so great. She tried to keep Red in line. Sometimes that didn't really work. She tried to keep her kids out of trouble. Sometimes that didn't really work too. But as a woman and a mother, she was very open to Eric's friends coming in. They always got to stay there. Kitty Foreman deserves a place on this list in my mind. And she's one of my favorite TV mothers ever. So Kitty Foreman coming in at number 3. Coming in at number 2 is a woman I've actually met recently, as far back as about 2 months ago. Peg Bundy, Katie Seagal coming in at number 2, Married with Children. One of the best shows ever. One of the best mothers ever. She had to deal with Al Bundy and her kids. She was always an open mother. Her kids could always go talk to her, and that's what it's about. She deserves a spot on this list. Her character, Gemma Teller, in Sons of Anarchy, not so much, but we're talking about Peg Bundy here. She always dealt with Al Bundy and taking his shoes off, and Lord knows what else he was doing. Katie Seagal, Peg Bundy, you deserve to be here. And I met you, you were very nice. Coming in at number 2. And coming in at number 1, the woman that arguably started it all for mothers in television, I would go as far to say, Lucille Ball. She was one of the first women in comedy, made her a household name. She's got a star on the Walk of Fame that I wish I could have seen, but I couldn't find it. But she's a pioneer. How could she not be number 1 on this list? Awesome mother to her kids. I don't know how long the show ran off the top of my head, but Lucille Ball is a pioneer for women in the industry. And she opened the door for plenty of women on this list to become famous TV mothers. So yes, coming in at number 1 on the TV moms list, Lucille Ball. And I don't think that's up for debate. But there is an overall number 1 ranking on this list that I left off of both because I wanted to wait till the end. And this woman hasn't appeared in any TV shows, hasn't appeared in any movies. My mother. Yes, Mom. You are number 1 on my list because you have taken care of me for 28 years. You have done everything for me, and I can't thank you enough. I know you're probably going to cry when you see this. That's okay. But yes, of course, the number 1 overall ranking on my list is my mother. You deserve to be mentioned, Mom. Happy Mother's Day. And happy Mother's Day to everyone that celebrates. You all deserve your day, and you've earned it. Again, Mom, thank you for everything. Love you. And I am Bobby from Bobby's Breakdowns, and we will see you in the next one. Later.